And once again, we welcome you back into Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collinsville High School as we get you set for the quarterfinal matchup of the day. And this game is an hour late than it is scheduled for. At 1:30, we had some long first two games due to back and forth whistles and a couple of injuries that kind of prolonged things here. But we are nevertheless at quarterfinal game number 4 between Lincoln and Granite City, already in the semifinals. Springfield Southeast, by virtue of their 85-36 win over Edwardsville. Rockford East is also in the semis. They'll take on Springfield Southeast after the E-Rabs down to East St. Louis 69-63 in overtime. That brought us to the third game that just ended as Collinsville defeated Decatur MacArthur by a score of 70-57. So Collinsville will await the winner of this contest between Lincoln and Granite City. Lincoln comes in at 10-0. Granite City now at 7-3. Lincoln got here by virtue of their 62-56 win over Madison, a game in which they had to hold on to do so. Madison came storming back and made it interesting, but Lincoln pulled away late. And then Granite City beating Belleville East last night, 56-47. That brings both of these teams here to this quarterfinal number 4. Over in the auxiliary gym today, Quincy defeated Oakville 62-39. And then Altoff defeated Decatur Eisenhower 78-61. So Quincy and Alton are in the consolation semifinal number 1. O'Fallon, they handled Hansberry Prep out of Chicago, a 65-21 loss. So O'Fallon moves on, and they will take on the winner of the game currently being played in the auxiliary gym between Madison and Belleville East. So you are all up to date now as far as the bracket is concerned. As we take a break here, we'll come back and we'll give you the starting lineups between these two teams, Lincoln and Granite City. That comes your way next on the Kahoks Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Sloan's Pub House in Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House is now into their second year of operation on Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House offers daily lunch and dinner specials that feature homemade pizza, burgers, sandwiches, salads, and more. Sloan's Pub House offers a great variety of craft libations for you adults, as well as a great brunch on Saturdays and Sundays. Sloan's Pub House, 119 West Main Street in Collinsville. Call 855-9100 or online, sloanspubhouse.com. And once again, welcome back into Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here at Collinsville High School. Todd Duke and Zach Roseman along with you as we get you set for this contest between Granite City and Lincoln. Lincoln is the home team here in this one, so they will be dressed in their, well, semi-white uniforms. They have a little bit of green fading up from the bottom of the shorts all the way up to the upper thigh area, and then the jerseys, I think, are the same jerseys they wore in the first game, the white jerseys that have the green numbers on the backs, and they are trimmed in red, a little bit of red and green over the shoulder area as well. Granite City Warriors will be dressed in their all-black uniforms as they are the visiting team, GCW, in red across the fronts of their jerseys, and the backs of their jerseys have red numbers trimmed in a little bit of white. One final quarterfinal game to be played. That one's this one right here. Lincoln, by the way, has the red word Lincoln across the fronts of their jerseys. Winner will move on to take on Collinsville tonight at 8 o'clock, providing that we can get things back on track. We're an hour late in getting this one tipped off. Next game not scheduled to tip off till 5 o'clock, so we should be able to do that. Lincoln wins the tip-off. They bring the ball up court, and immediately they go to work. Around the horn it goes all the way around. Whiteman with it. Now over to Froby. Froby gets the ball over to Hamlin. Hamlin fouled out of yesterday's game late, but Lincoln still managed to come back and win that game over Madison. Now here is Whiteman from the corner. Back out to Hamlin. Over to Froby. Free throw line. Froby shot. Rattles in. We're underway. 40 seconds in. Our first score. 2-0 in favor of Lincoln. All the way up. Zanane Moore with it for Granite City. He had a great game last night. And then Granite City will throw the ball away. A bounce pass that went right between the legs of Devontae Mason. And Granite City will have to wait a little bit longer for their first points. Here is Dylan Singleton. Singleton, spin move up at the top of the key, gives it up to Whiteman. Whiteman almost lost it, and then the ball thrown in. Granite City does come away with it. And over to Zidane Moore. Moore, he launched a couple of three-pointers last night. Matter of fact, he went 3 for 5 from beyond the three-point stripe. Into the corner it goes for Granite City. Back out front to Tippett. And now into the corner. Three-point try. Hits the inside of the rim on the far side. And Zidane Moore will have to wait for his first three-point basket. Warriors can't dent the scoreboard right now. We are 90 seconds in to the start of this game. Here is Lincoln. Back out front we go, and all the way around the horn. It ends up into the corner here with Hamlin. Hamlin gives to Froby. Froby dribbles his way into the perimeter just barely, and then skips a pass on this near side sideline to Whiteman. Now over on the far side, and back out front for Froby. Froby gives it up for Whiteman, who launches a three-point shot. That skips over the rim. No good. Rebound put back up and in on the second try by Hamlin. And Hamlin will then go to the free throw line. See Coach Lee down there taking notes for this game as he gets the winner. As Coach Lee is all the way down, leaning up against the purple padding at the other end of the floor. You'll see him when the play heads back in the other direction, like right now. Hamlin makes his free throw, 5-0 in favor of Lincoln. Granite City trying to pick up their first score. Here is Moore. Cross-court pass, now back out front for Mason. Back to Moore, and a foul called. That'll be the first foul belonging to Lincoln. Each team will now have a foul apiece. Froby picks up his first foul. Inside to the big man, James Grody, and now to Moore. A reverse layup off the glass. That was pretty. Wow. 2 points for the Warriors. They're finally on the board. 2.5 minutes after this game gets underway. Here is Whiteman. Whiteman throws a pass up to Hamlin, and Hamlin couldn't handle it. So back the other way. Here is Christian Jones. Hamlin says, get that out of here. I don't want any part of that basketball near my basket. And we'll reset. 5:19 left to play here in this opening quarter. Zidane Moore will inbound all the way back to the midcourt stripe for Tippett. Now over on the far wing, three-point shot. That skips across the far side of the rim. And the rebound belongs to Froby. He brings it up to Dylan Singleton. Singleton works the ball up toward the timeline and fires a pass over to Whiteman. Whiteman back to the top of the key for Froby. Now back out to Singleton, to Hamlin. Lincoln doing a nice job of moving the ball around. Lots of working parts. There is Singleton. Froby inside to Hamlin, just outside the paint. He drives his way in, takes the shot, can't get it to fall, but he will head to the free throw line for 2. Grody fouled out of last night's game. And to the free throw line, it'll be Jermaine Hamlin. Hamlin did not have any free throws in that win yesterday over Madison. Hamlin ready for the next, and he makes good. 7-2, Lincoln with the early lead. Here is Zidane Moore for Granite City. He'll bounce a pass over onto the wing, and at the top of the key, Tippett gives it back up. Ball loose on the ground, picked up by Froby, thrown right back into the hands of Singleton. Singleton moves the ball up court. On the wing. And now off the wing. Will Ewald over to Froby. Back to Ewald. Now over to Singleton. Singleton from the left wing back out toward the top of the key halfway through this first quarter. 7-2 in favor of Lincoln. Here is Whiteman with the ball. Into the corner now for Ewald. Now back to Hamlin. Hamlin just outside the lane. Picks a pass over to Singleton, who gives up to Whiteman. He drives, pulls up short from the free throw line and gives to Froby. Froby being hounded. Singleton gets it, drives baseline, not a lot of room to move, and the ball ends up being knocked out of bounds. Put there by Granite City. That stops the clock with 3:41 left to play here in this first quarter. 3-point shot on the way, and that one skips across the rim from Cameron Whiteman. Rebound belongs to Granite City. Here is Tippett. Tippett will throw the ball up to Jones. Now back out for Moore. Freddie Edwards into the game. Here is Christian Jones. Gets the ball into the lane. Tippett, his try, didn't make it. Stayed off to the left-hand side. Hamlin was there to make sure. And now Dylan Singleton will bring it up here for Lincoln. Lincoln with the 7-2 lead. Froby, Hamlin. Hamlin goes into the lane, takes the shot. He's fouled on the way up, and that one may be against Freddie Edwards. And it will be. That'll be the first against Edwards. That'll be the third foul against Granite City here in this first quarter. First shot by Hamlin, good. Justin Wiley checks into the game, as does Jerry Watson for Granite City. Hamlin back at the free throw line. Makes good on both of his free throws this time around. 9-2, 7-point lead for Lincoln. Zidane Moore fires the ball up and gets it right back from Watson. Moore back out to the top of the key for Mason. Back to Moore, lucked at the three, bluffed it, and it's kicked back out top of the key. Here comes the three. That one's not even going to make it to the rim or the backboard, but there is Granite City to pick up the loose rock and avoid the turnover. Here's Watson. Watson over to Moore. Back to Watson at the top of the key. Back to Moore. 2:35 left to play here in this first quarter. Zidane Moore. To Mason. Into the corner now for Watson. And a move through the paint for Freddie Edwards. Off the glass, couldn't get it to fall, but Edwards will head to the free throw line for a couple of shots. .221 left to play here in this first quarter. At the free throw line, Freddie Edwards. Edwards. Good. On both of his shots. 9-4 in favor of Lincoln. Here come the Railers. They're known as the Rail Splitters, but everybody calls them the Railers for short. And with the ball, it is Singleton. Singleton backs it up to Ewald. Back to Singleton, who hands off to Froby. Froby back to Ewald, and now into the corner for Whiteman. Whiteman takes it back out. Top of the key pass to Froby. Whiteman will hand the ball off this time to Singleton, and it goes into the backcourt where it's picked up by Granite City. Moore takes it and can't get it to fall in. Rebound belongs to Ewald for Lincoln, and the Railers bring it up. Here is Singleton. Singleton hollers out the game plan, gives to Hamlin. Hamlin deep out on the left wing. Back out to the slot for Froby. Froby gives the ball up to Singleton. Back to Hamlin. Just outside the lane, he makes his move, and it pays off. Into double digits are the Railers with 11 to Granite City's 4. 1:15 left to play here in this first quarter. Big time pass out there right in front of the opposing bench to Justin Wiley. Now back over to this side for Moore. Cross-court pass, back into the corner, Watson. Now back over to Wiley. That is Christian Jones. Excuse me, no, that is Justin Wiley. Wiley in the corner, bluffs the three, gives it back up for Watson. Watson back to Wiley, back to Watson. In the corner, Zidane Moore pulls back, takes a three off the front of the rim. He is 0 for 3 from beyond the three-point stripe. This time is Zidane Moore. 40 seconds left to play here in this first quarter. Railers with the lead, 11-4. Over to Singleton. Dylan Singleton in front of the Granite City bench. Into the corner for Hamlin. That's knocked out of his hands by Moore. And then out of bounds. And Granite City will keep. Poske comes into the game for Lincoln. And into the game for Granite City is Keon White. Ewald inbounds. Froby gets it. And then back to the midcourt stripe now for Singleton. Singleton spins, trying to get rid of his opposing number 3. That's Justin Wiley. Into the corner, Froby, three-point shot, hits the rim, but does not fall in. Rebound, that belongs to Granite City, but then a double dribble called against Devontae Mason. 0.6 seconds left. We'll see what Lincoln can do in that amount of time. Inbound pass will come in from Ewald. And a three-point effort right at the buzzer. Doesn't even make it anywhere close to the basket. And after one quarter of play, 11-4 in favor of Lincoln. We'll be back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment here on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, cullipjennings.com. Pack Mail, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail, 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call 346-4884.
Back at Collinsville High School, Todd Duke, Zach Roseman along with you. We are into the second quarter of the final quarterfinal of the day between Lincoln and Granite City. Lincoln has the lead, 11-4 after one quarter of play. Here is Zidane Moore. Moore looks over to his coach, gets some words, and brings the ball up. Moore into the corner, gets it right back. Now into the paint, kicking it back outside for Jones. Jones into the corner, back to Moore, three-point shot, and Moore cannot find that three-point basket here this afternoon. Ball ends up going out of bounds. And we'll reset. Moore will inbound for Granite City. He'll do so to Jones. Jones backs it up toward midcourt, gives the ball up now to White. Back to Jones it comes. Jones works the ball up inside and almost thrown away. Now they get it back to Moore. Moore inside for Watson. Shot, no good. Rebound, put back up, and it stays in for Justin Wiley. Here comes Noah Funk for Lincoln. Zidane Moore all over Funk. And now to Ewald. Ewald being watched there, and Ewald takes a shot, no good. Jones pulls down the rebound up to Zidane Moore, but that's knocked out of bounds by Froby. And that'll stop the clock with 6:41 left to play here in this first half. Inbound pass coming in from Zidane Moore all the way out to the top of the key to Jones. He'll launch a three-point shot. That one looked like it was going to make it, but it hits the rim instead. And right down into the hands of Whiteman for Lincoln. He'll move it up and give it to Funk. Funk loses control of the ball. Picked up by Granite City, and they'll move the ball up. Here is Jones right in front of the scorer's table. Takes it up toward the left wing, and a pass is tipped and tipped again. Falls down into the hands of Watson, and Watson will be fouled as he tries to make his way to the basket. Ewald picks up his second foul. Each team now with 3, so Ewald will head to the bench, and Dylan Singleton will step back into the game. Zidane Moore. Well, he was going to do the inbound passing responsibilities, but he'll give that up now for Justin Wiley. Wiley all the way out front. That ball was tipped, and for a moment there I didn't think that Watson was going to grab it. Watson's try is blocked out by Hamlin, but we will have another free throw participant. And Hamlin guilty of the infraction. To the free throw line will be Jerry Watson. Watson went 2 of 2 from the free throw line in yesterday's game. And this one off to the left. Granite City having a hard time finding the bucket here. Once again, Jerry Watson. This time he makes it count. And the Railers bring it up. Here is Funk. And a whistle on the play will stop the action. In the paint, Hamlin takes a shot and makes it happen. Now Granite City back with the ball with 5:40 left to play here in this first half. 13-7 in favor of Lincoln. Not a lot of scoring by either team, but boy, oh boy, Granite City having a hard time finding some baskets here. They kick it all the way back out front now for Mason. Mason, he takes a three-point shot. That misses the mark. And the rebound into the corner belongs to Dylan Singleton. Singleton races it up the court. Hands the ball off to Whiteman. Whiteman over on the far side for Froby. Froby takes it back into the corner, but that ball is knocked out of bounds by Granite City. Jerry Watson came flying in there and smacked that ball before it could get to Singleton. Froby will take care of the inbound pass to Hamlin. Gets to Singleton. Back into the corner for Froby, and Froby is pretty much jumped on there by Christian Jones. I think he thought that Froby was going to take a shot, so Jones jumped up in the air to try to block it, but the shot was never taken, and then Jones runs right into Froby. So Jones picks up his first foul, his team's 5th. And back to action. Singleton gets it out front to Funk. Funk gets it over to Whiteman. Whiteman reverses direction, gives it back to Funk. Funk to Froby. Froby drives, and he is pushed from behind by Jerry Watson. And Watson will pick up his team's 6th foul. Inbound pass comes right at the end of the Granite City bench. Into Hamlin. Makes a move into the paint, takes the shot, and a foul called. And Hamlin will go back to the free throw line. Hamlin at the free throw line. Swish. One more shot coming up for Hamlin, and he makes both of them. Oh, all the way down the court with a nice baseball-style pass, but didn't turn into any points just yet. Here is Zidane Moore. Zidane Moore over on the far side. Tippett takes a shot. That's a three-pointer. And Granite City finally hits double digits with 4:35 left to play here in this first half. 15-10. Lincoln has the lead. Winner will move on to take on Collinsville tonight at 8 o'clock in the second semifinal of the night. And a travel, boy, one of those insult to injury plays there when a player bites the dust and then gets called for a travel as well. Here comes Devontae Mason for Granite City. Out to the top of the key. Watson almost overran that one. Now Mason. Tippett. Corner. Back on the left wing for Tippett. That ball smacked away, but Watson does a good job to rebound and pick that ball back up. Now Wiley sends it out to Mason. Devontae Mason into the corner for Moore. Moore, across corner pass. Back out front. Tippett, three-point shot. That one skips across the rim. Zidane Moore trying to fly in there to get that rebound, but he couldn't get there before Funk got his hands on it. Singleton gets it to Whiteman. Whiteman over on the far side for Froby. Froby gets it into the corner now. And 5-second violation over there by Lincoln. We'll give the ball back to Granite City. Inbound pass comes in, finds Tippett. Tippett back across the way for Mason. Mason works it up across the timeline. 3:15 left to play here in this. Wow, lots of touch passes there in this first half. And Tippett with another three-point shot all of a sudden brings his team back to within two. That's the only problem Granite City's been having. They've been taking some good quality shots, just not getting them to fall through. If that starts to happen, Lincoln's going to be in a little bit of trouble here. Here is Singleton. He drives, and a blocking foul going to be called against Justin Wiley. Well, they're going to call it on Tippett instead. Dylan Singleton to the free throw line. He was perfect there yesterday, went 8 for 8. Now 9 for 9. Three-point lead for Lincoln, 16-13. 2:51 left to play here in this first half. Next shot from Singleton, also good. Warriors down by 4. Here is Zidane Moore trying to make it 1, but his three-point shot is well off the mark here tonight. Inbound pass for Lincoln comes in to Singleton from Whiteman. Singleton trying to work his way around Mason. He does so into the front court. Hamlin with it. Oh, Hamlin got his pocket picked. Watson comes in and makes him pay with 2 points. 2-point game once again. 17-15 in favor of Lincoln. And here is Singleton at the midcourt stripe with 2:05 left to play in this first half. He gives it up to Funk. Funk comes in from the left side, hands it back to Singleton, who gives it up for Ewald. Into the corner now for Funk. Funk dribbles his way out of the corner, gives it up to Singleton. Back to Funk for Ewald. Funk. Hamlin in the lane, takes the shot, turns around, and a foul coming up. And this one is going to go against Zidane Moore. Moore will pick up his first foul. Or second, excuse me. And that is the team's 9th foul. Hamlin will be going to the free throw line. Hamlin, first shot, good. Hamlin, for a big guy, pretty solid at the free throw line. He hits both of those. Railers are up by 4 once again. 19-15, 1:40 left to play. Here in this first half, here is a drive and a shot scored there by Tippett. 19-17. Lincoln up by 2. Here comes Singleton. Singleton on the left wing. Puts it in the corner for Ewald. 3-point shot. Skips across the rim. Rebound. That belongs to Justin Wiley. Here comes Zidane Moore and the Granite City Warriors. They dump it back out front, and a dribble and a drive and a shot, and it just falls off the left side for Devontae Mason. 1 minute to go here in this first half. 2-point game. Lincoln Railers have the lead right now. Here is Singleton. He'll give it to Funk. Funk turns around, gives it up for Whiteman. To Hamlin. Oh, off the glass, count it for 2. And back to the free throw line will go Hamlin, as the foul will be called against Jerry Watson. Stops the clock with 48.4 seconds left. Hamlin just hit 2 of 2 from the free throw line and now makes it 3 in a row. And it's a 22-17 game. Back out to a 5-point lead for Lincoln. Granite City on the move. Here's Tippett with a 3-point shot. That one's good. And once again, we're at a 2-point game. 30 seconds left to play here in this first half. Here's Singleton. Working his way around Mason. Singleton gets it right back. Singleton to Ewald. Ewald drives in from the left. Almost lost control of the ball. Gets it to Hamlin. And Hamlin is going to get called for a charge. 12.7 seconds left. Granite City with a chance to tie or maybe take the lead as they come down and try for a final shot. Hamlin picks up his 2nd foul. Warriors, Watson, top of the key, loses his feet, still gets it out to Tippett. Top of the key for Moore, back to Tippett. Head fake, drives, shoots, can't get it to roll. Popped up in the air, next try, not good as the buzzer sounds. And after 1/2 of play, we have another tight game going on here. Lincoln up by 2, 22-20 over the Granite City Warriors. We'll take a break, come back, throw some halftime numbers at you here in just a little bit on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Chris McCluskey, and I'm excited to be here talking to you about one of our favorite products that we offer to the practice members in our office. It's called Rico's Bioenergy Band. Now, over the last 15 years that I've been in health and wellness, we've been blessed to grow one of the busiest pediatric and family wellness centers in the United States, where we've helped tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people. So today we're going to talk about Rico's Bioenergy Bands. It's a simple band that you wear around your wrist or your ankle. We even have dog bands. What the Bioenergy Band does, it helps you live a higher quality of life, which is exactly what my purpose in life is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible. So we're going to introduce to you Rico, the band, the science and technology. We're going to perform a test for y'all to show you how the product works.
I'm Rico with Rico's Bioenergy. I created Rico's Bioenergy wristbands. We've been around for around 7 years, and this company has grown to a $20 million company because we have a great product and it works.
Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, cullipjennings.com.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, I did not get my halftime sheet handed to me as usual, so I have no halftime stats to pass along. We are underway here in the third quarter. 22-20, Lincoln up by 2 points. Here is Hamlin, and he takes it off the glass for 2 quick points as we begin the third quarter with Lincoln now up by 4. Here is Grody. Grody, we didn't see much of him in that first half. And the big guy takes the ball, and instead of shooting it, he takes it back outside. 3-point shot on the way, and that one is good for Kristen Jones. That gets the Warriors back to within 1. The Warriors have not led in this game, and they have not had a tie since it was 0-0. A dump-off pass for Hamlin. Hamlin will just pop it right from there. It's a little too strong. Picks out the other side, and Devontae Mason brings the ball up court with Granite City having a chance to take their first lead. Over to Dzane Moore. Moore. A cross-court pass back to Jones. Jones drives baseline and loses control of the ball, but it is picked up by Tippett, who gives to Moore. He jumps in through the lane, takes the shot, can't get it to fall in, and another rebound comes all the way out to Jones, and Tippett then travels. Hey, I just got word that my car should be done today. Let me quickly answer my mechanic here. Whoop. (26-23), Railers are up by 3. There's a strong move, but the ball rolls across the rim. Unable to fall in, but rebound. That belongs to Devontae Mason. Mason backs it up all the way to midcourt. Skims a pass across that midcourt line. Over to Dzane Moore. Zidane, having a hard time saying his name today. Zidane Moore. 2 minutes gone here in this third quarter. And Moore gets the ball right back into the corner for Tippett. Tippett will launch a 3-point shot from there. That one rolls all the way around the rim and falls down into the hands of Froby. Froby gives it up now for Singleton. Singleton will work his way across the timeline. 5:45 left to play here in this third quarter. Singleton on the right wing will hand it off to Froby, and a foul will be called just as that handoff took place, and that's going to go against Devontae Mason. That'll be the first foul here in this second half. It'll belong to the Warriors, and it'll be Mason's first. There's a pass to Ewald. And now back to Froby. Froby trying to get around Moore. Gives the ball back up to Ewald. Back up to Froby. Froby on the wing. Gives it back to Singleton. Singleton top of the key. Now over on the left-hand wing for Hamlin. Hamlin. He gives it back to Froby, and then Hamlin will move into the paint area. Take the pass and slam it home for 2. Granite City trailing by 5 once again. They got it to within 1. Since then, Lincoln has rattled off a few more. Over to Moore. into the corner. There's a three-point shot that barely skims the front of the rim for Kristen Jones, and then a whistle will stop the other way. And a foul coming up here against Tippett. Timeout called on the floor. Well, let's go ahead and thank Prairie Farms. They're the reason we're all here today, aren't they? The 35th annual Collinsville Holiday Classic, proudly sponsored by Prairie Farms. Farmer-owned since 1938, Prairie Farms is, and they are the official sponsor of the Collinsville Holiday Classic. And their organization is comprised of more than 800 farm families throughout the Midwest that strive to bring quality products to your dinner table. Prairie Farms. Check them out. Their website, prairiefarms.com. Well, it seems like my car is going to be ready tomorrow. And that's a good thing. I've been without my car for a long time. Those of you around the Collinsville area know I went from a bad battery and a bad alternator 1 week to a busted timing belt the next, and the very next day, the clutch busted. So we are talking about a lot of money over the last 3 weeks for my little hunko junk. Whistle away from the ball carrier. Singleton at the top of the key. And looks like we may have a foul coming up against Granite City away from the play. And that one is going to go against Jerry Watson. Back out front to Singleton. He backs it up all the way to the midcourt stripe. Froby stops his progress at the left wing. Now over to the right wing. Whiteman with a three-point shot. That won't fall. And the rebound belongs to Granite City. Here come the Warriors. Tippett into the corner. Moore drives. Baseline shot good. And he will head to the free throw line for a bonus opportunity. That is going to be the first foul here in the second half for the Railers, and that's the third foul for their big guy Hamlin. Free throw, good. Just about halfway through this third quarter. Here is Froby. Froby drives up the left side, make that the right side, and dumps it off underneath. And it looks as if Whiteman was trying to pass the ball up the line to Ewald, but that instead hits a body belonging to the Warriors and goes out of bounds. Froby inbounds to Whiteman, who gives to Singleton. Singleton looks over at Froby right in front of his bench. He gives the ball up. And a drive baseline. Whistle dead. And we have a foul coming up against Devontae Mason. That'll be the Warriors' third here in this second half. Second for Mason. Oh, wow, all of a sudden we jump from 2 fouls to 4 fouls. Well, the scoreboard had 2, so apparently they forgot one earlier. So now it's 4 fouls for the Warriors, who collect a rebound, and here comes Zidane Moore. A bounce pass into the corner, and now they kick it back out and all the way back out to the midcourt stripe on the left side for Moore. He lost control of the ball, and then he steps into the backcourt once he picks it up. That's a backcourt violation, and Granite City will turn the ball over, trailing by 2 points, 28-26. Railers with the 2-point lead, 3.5 minutes left to play here in this third quarter. Inbound pass coming from Froby into the backcourt for Singleton. Singleton trying to work his way around Mason, does so, and then throws a pass into the corner. Whiteman with a 3-point shot that won't fall. Rebound comes all the way out for Ewald. Top of the key, he gives to Froby. Froby drives, baseline. Zidane Moore says, get that out of here, but Moore's going to get called for a foul in the process. Moore picks up his team's second his third, or excuse me, his team's fifth, his third. And to the free throw line, Caden Froby. Froby went 7 of 10 from the free throw line in yesterday's win over Madison. First one makes it. 3-point lead now for Lincoln. Next one is good as well. Here is Moore. Gets the ball from his teammate Watson, and then underneath, dumped back off, and Watson does a good job of keeping control of it, kicks it back out to the top of the key. I think that surprised Mason. He wasn't expecting it. Moore can't buy a three-point shot in this game today for Granite City. That one misses, and trailing by 4, Granite City has to go back on defense. Here is Ewald. Ewald dribbles and drives his way into the lane and takes the shot. A little right-hand hook shot just underneath the basket. And it's now a 5-point advantage for Lincoln. Here is Jones, and a push from behind will be called against Singleton. Inbound pass will come right at midcourt. Everything behind schedule today. We were supposed to be on our dinner break right about now, but everything's about an hour behind after a long first game. It was going to be long anyway due to the way it was playing out with all the whistles and the stoppages in play, but then a 20-minute delay due to an injury made that one just a little bit longer. Rebound being fought for, and finally a whistle is blown after about 12 hands went up to try to secure that rebound. Second game also took a little bit longer. That was between Rockford East and East St. Louis because that one went into overtime. So you put the two games together, and it took about 4 hours to play 2 high school basketball games, and that's why we are behind schedule. The only game that kind of went according to script thus far was the Collinsville-Decatur-MacArthur game. There was a nice little strong move on the inbound pass from Justin Wiley, and he gets his team back to within 4. Here is Singleton. Gets to Froby. Froby to Ewald. Ewald takes it around the midcourt stripe, gives it up back to Singleton. Singleton from the top of the key. Gives back to Ewald in front of the scorer's bench on the left side, far side of the court. He dribbles and drives, and I don't know how that wasn't called a travel as the feet kept moving. The ball never hit the ground. Now a loose ball is picked up by Lincoln, and they'll reset their offense and bring it back up. 90 seconds left to go here in this third quarter. 4-point lead for Lincoln, 32-28. Here is Singleton. Gets it outside now to Ewald, to Froby. Froby drives into the lane, takes the shot off the glass, and it snakes around the rim a couple of times before it finally falls through. Back to a 6-point lead now for Lincoln as we come up on 1 minute to go here in this third quarter. Devontae Mason. And now a whistle will give a foul to Ewald. I think I remember last year that same kind of thing happened. It happened so much that 5 o'clock game, I think that I didn't live stream it because at that point I was starving and hadn't eaten since 8 o'clock in the morning. So I think I remember that. I think we'll be okay here as long as we're done by about 4. Next game scheduled to tip off at 5. Should be okay. Into the corner it goes, and out of the corner it comes. Freddie Edwards has not seen much action in this game. He comes in the last couple of minutes of this first half. Down to the final 30 seconds here in quarter number 3. And Granite City trying to play for the last shot. Justin Wiley stands in front of the scorer's bench and watches the clock slide down to 15 seconds. Clock at the scorer's table is right behind Wiley. Down to 10. Wiley down to 6. Freddie Edwards up to the free throw line. Shot, and no good. Off of the shot of Jerry Watson. So we head to the fourth quarter. Lincoln Railers are up by 6, 34-28. And we'll be back with the fourth quarter after a brief timeout here on the Kahoks Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future. To create your inheritance. To build your vision. To anticipate the known and unknown. And to find potential in both. And build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Back at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke and Zach Roseman with you. We are into the fourth quarter of the final quarterfinal game here today between Lincoln and Granite City. Right now it's a 6-point lead for Granite City as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Here is Christian Jones. Jones works it up and Edwards gets it. Now back over to Jones. 3-point shot for him is good. And that gets the Granite City Warriors back to within 3 points. There's Singleton. Brings the ball up, and Whiteman on the give and go. Drains it for 2 more. Back to a 5-point lead now for Lincoln. Here comes Granite City with Jerry Watson. Watson back at the midcourt stripe, gives the ball up to Christian Jones, who just hit a big 3-pointer. Zidane Moore is not on the floor at this point, but he's waiting to come in at the next opportunity. And now we're going to have a charging foul. That's going to go against Jerry Watson. So Granite City gives the ball up on a turnover. Freddie Edwards heads to the bench. Zidane Moore checks back in. Here is Froby. Froby gets it up now to Singleton. Singleton over to Funk. Funk in front of the scorer's table. Gets it back out front for Froby. Froby, bounce pass, Funk. Inside, then back outside and over the back of Hamlin. A foul coming up against Christian Jones. To the free throw line, Hamlin. And now a timeout called by Granite City. A 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here and tell you about some more of our great sponsors. How about Metro East Roofing and Guttering? Locally owned and operated since 1987 by brothers and Kahawk alums Tony and Corey Jones. Metro East Roofing and Guttering can help with your roofing, guttering, and siding needs. They're located at 1231 Lebanon Road in Collinsville. Metro East Roofing and Guttering is the hometown company you know and trust. Give them a call, 618-345-5679 today for your free estimate, and make sure you head to Facebook. Visit their Facebook page at Metro East Roofing and Guttering. 6:47 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Hamlin to the free throw line for Lincoln. His team already up by 5 and now 6. Hamlin ready for another. It's on the way and through. 7-point lead now for Lincoln. 6:47 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Warriors inbound. Freddie Edwards is back into the game. He's out there with Zidane Moore. 2 more in the corner. All the way back out front. 3-point shot for Jones. That's a little bit short. And it falls down right into the hands of Cameron Whiteman for Lincoln. Railers move the ball back up court. Into the left wing in front of the Railers bench, it's Froby. Froby picks up his dribble, back out to Funk, over to Singleton, make that Whiteman. Whiteman back out to Froby, and then back to Funk. Funk near the midcourt stripe. Looks to make his move, backs it back out. Bounce pass over to Singleton. Singleton starts his dribble, and then throws it back to the midcourt stripe for Froby. Froby drives the lane, and a whistle will stop that action. Foul coming up against Tippett. That'll be his third, team 8th, and at the free throw line, Caden Froby. Froby launches, good. He'll have a bonus shot. Froby ready for another. It's on the way and through as well. 9-point game now. Here comes Zidane Moore. He gets it up to Jones. Jones back to Moore. Moore over to this side now, and it's taken over by Devontae Mason. Mason back to Moore. Into the corner now for Watson. Back out front now for Moore. Back over this way, and into the corner it goes for Jones. Back out to the wing now for Tippett. And Edwards pass, a three-point shot. That hits the mark for Devontae Mason. Back to within 6 are the Warriors. Here is Froby. This is about the point in the game last night where Madison started making a big comeback. Just to be held at bay by Lincoln. Here is Funk. He'll hand the ball off to Froby on a little underhand shovel pass. Gives to Singleton. Singleton back to Funk. Funk over to Froby. Froby, rather. Now to Funk. Singleton. Back to Froby. To Funk, and Lincoln very content on just chewing up some time on the clock with all these passes. Over on the other way, in front of his own bench. That was Singleton. Gets to Funk. A errant pass. Still finds the hands of Whiteman, and Whiteman makes it count for 2 more points. Ball on the ground, and a foul called. This one's going to go against Froby. Froby will pick up his second, team 5th. Zidane Moore ready to inbound. And he does so to Mason. All the way around the horn it goes to Tippett. Back out front for Watson. Now to Moore. Now to Watson. Moore, three-point shot from the corner. He cannot buy a three-point shot today, can Zidane Moore. Halfway through this fourth quarter. 42-34, Lincoln with the lead. Final semifinal spot on the line. Here's a alley-oop try to Hamlin, but it didn't quite make it to him. And now Tippett brings it up. No call. Strong move to the basket there for Justin Wiley. And Tippett was kind of jerked by the sweater there on the jersey on the way up. And no call on that play. To the free throw line, it'll be Justin Wiley. His team trailing by 8. Good on the first one. Another free throw coming up here for Justin Wiley. Makes the first one and makes the second one. 42-36, Lincoln with the lead. Singleton to Froby. Back over to Singleton. He crosses the timeline and gets tugged upon again, and still no call. Now Funk, and he gets fouled. No, they're gonna give Lincoln a timeout. just before that ball was maybe going to be turned over. A 30-second timeout. Let's go ahead and thank some more of our sponsors. How about the City of Collinsville? You can check out the City of Collinsville's Facebook page for information on any events that are going to take place within the city. That's, of course, sponsored by the city. And the City of Collinsville, as usual, a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. And they wish all district athletes good luck this sports season. 3:34 left to play here in this fourth quarter. 42-36 in favor of Lincoln, as they look to move on to take on Collinsville in the night's second semifinal. First semifinal is set. Springfield Southeast and Rockford East will hook up at 6:30. Railers with the lead and the ball. Here's a pass to Singleton. Bounce pass, baseline. Hamlin has that knocked away by Tippett, but Hamlin keeps it. And another timeout called by Lincoln, as they thought that ball was maybe going to get pushed out of bounds. Well, let's thank Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether you're building a new home or making an addition to the home you currently own, maybe finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction, they are a building and remodeling contractor, and you can trust everything that Pace Design and Construction has to offer. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and they are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville, 618-407-5466. Let's do that number over again. 618-407-5466 or online, pacedesignconstruct.com. Hamlin gets the ball on the inbound and gives to Singleton. Singleton out to Funk. Funk bounce pass to Whiteman. Whiteman double teamed, got out of it, throws the ball up into the corner for Hamlin, and then back out front we go to Funk. A bounce pass to Froby. Froby back to Funk, and Funk gets tripped up by Zidane Moore. Mr. Noah Funk at the free throw line for Lincoln. First shot good. Second shot coming up. That was the 9th foul for Granite City, so the next one will put the Railers at the line shooting 2. Next shot on the way from Funk. That one rattles and falls down into the hands of Moore for Granite City. 7-point lead now for Lincoln. Here is Moore, who gets pushed right in the face, pretty much, by Funk. For Funk, that'll be his first, I believe. Moore up at the free throw line. Can't buy a three-point shot. Maybe he can get some from the free throw line. He does. He will stay up for a bonus. That was Funk's first foul, and that was the 7th team foul for Lincoln. So 1-and-1 time, and Moore hit the front end of the first half of it and hits the second half as well. Five-point lead for Lincoln. 2:45 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Cross-court pass finds its way back to the top of the key for Froby. He zigzags his way through the lane, and he uses a little fingertip roll to give his team 45 points. Here is Moore. Shot partially blocked, and Froby just bowls over Moore, and no call on the play. Back to Froby. Froby getting double teamed, steps out of it, up to Funk. Funk gets the ball to Whiteman. Whiteman all the way to the basket and then back out, and a pass to Singleton on the left wing. Now to Funk. Funk gets tripped up, and that one's going to go against Tippett. Oh, they're going to call it a travel. Tippett got his shoe in there, and that caused Funk to travel. I'm surprised it went that way. 2:11 left to play here in this fourth quarter. 45-38, 7-point lead for the Granite City Warriors. Here comes Zidane Moore. Moore across court, pass to Mason. Back to Moore it goes. Into the corner, and now outside the lane. Watson, move, off the glass, high, good for 2. 5-point lead for the Railers. 1:50 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Here is Funk, gets it to Singleton. Singleton brings it across the line, and a pass by Froby to Whiteman. Whiteman double teamed, gets out of it, throws a pass to Funk, who is driving baseline. Good for the basket. 7-point lead with 90 seconds to go for Lincoln. Into the corner it goes, Tippett back out front now. Jones cross court, Moore. He'll launch a 3-point shot, and that one won't fall either. Moore has not hit one of his 3-point shots here in this game today, after he was on fire from that range yesterday. Here's Froby into the corner for Whiteman. Back out to Froby. 1 minute to go. Kick back out to Singleton. Singleton on the left wing. We'll give it up to Froby now. Under a minute to go. Here's Funk in the lane. Takes the shot. He's fouled. And we'll head to the free throw line for a couple. That is the 10th foul for Granite City. Funk to the free throw line. Missed his one and only shot up there just a little while ago. And he is up there with just one Warrior on each side of the lane, and he misses the second shot as well. Justin Wiley checks back into the game for Granite City, takes the place of Tippett. Funk ready with the next. That one's good. Makes it an 8-point game. Here come the Warriors. Watson rolls through the lane and dumps it off the glass. Hamlin takes the rebound after the miss by Justin Wiley. Here is Froby. Froby gives it up to Singleton, and Singleton will be fouled by Zidane Moore. That's the 5th foul for Zidane Moore, so he fouls out of this game with an 8-point lead belonging to Lincoln. At the free throw line, Singleton. Nope. Thought that was going to hit the front of the rim and then roll in. It did not. 39 seconds left here in this fourth quarter. Singleton at the free throw line. And he hits the second one to make it a 9-point game. So in order to tie it up, Granite City needs 3 3-pointers and no more Lincoln scores. And a foul called. This one is going to go against Lincoln and Singleton. That'll be his second, team 8th. 1-and-1 time at the free throw line for Jerry Watson. Watson hits. Watson ready with the next. It's on the way, and that one's through. 7-point game. Full timeout taken on the floor by Granite City. So we will step aside as well. Back in just a moment here on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of K-Hawk Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go K-Hawks.
Back at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, 33 seconds left on the clock with a 7-point lead for the Lincoln Railers. Just about dinner time. Inbound pass for the Railers coming in from Whiteman. Whiteman throws it into Froby, and Froby is immediately fouled by Justin Wiley. 7-point game. Granite City forced to foul. Back to the free throw line. Caden Froby. Froby has 12 points in this game. And he'll stay stuck at 12 points. And again, only 2 Granite City Warriors standing on either side of the lane. So they'll hope to beat Froby out for a rebound if there is one, and there's not. And Edwards brings the ball back in, and quickly up the court, Devontae Mason comes, spin move, and dumps it off in the corner. Tip it with a 3-point shot. That one misses. Froby picks up the loose ball as that did not hit anything. And another foul, this one by Freddie Edwards. 8-point game. And if you're a Granite City fan, you need Froby to miss both of these free throws, get a rebound, and then, I don't know. It's going to be kind of hard to score 8 points in 22 seconds, especially when Lincoln has control over the ball. First shot this time around misses by Froby, so did the last one. Second one is on the way, and that one is through. Inbound pass comes in once again, and they work it up court. Tippett has the ball tipped out of bounds by Funk. 19 seconds left to play here in this fourth quarter. It is a 9-point lead by Lincoln. Granite City works the ball. Freddie Edwards, 3-point shot. That one rattles in. They need 2 more of those without any scores coming from Lincoln. And now Granite City will call another timeout. .12 seconds left. 6 points separates the two. And we have a full timeout on the floor. So that means 60-second break. We'll take about 30 of those, and we'll be right back on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is a T3 certified tire center, and they can handle all of the basics, like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basic stuff like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations, Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher, 12 seconds is all we have left on the clock. And after a 3-point shot made by Tippett, Granite City uses their 4th timeout. They have 1 left. Grody into the game. I don't understand why he hasn't been in the game the whole time. You got to have that big body out there to stop some of those up-close shots, but Grody has not seen a lot of action here in this game. Another foul coming up with 10 seconds left to the free throw line. Dylan Singleton. I don't know, getting kind of silly with all these fouls now. You're not going to be able to make up a lot of room in just the seconds that we have on the clock. Stranger things have happened, I'm sure. Right now it's a 2-possession game. 1 shot goes in from Singleton, and it's a 3-possession game, and that's exactly what it is. So now the Warriors face a dubious task of trying to figure out a way to score 7 points in 10 seconds. Singleton could make it 8 points, and he will not. Rebound belongs to Freddie Edwards. He gets it up into the hands of Watson. Watson, top of the key, drives, takes the shot, and gets it to fall in, but that's going to do it. 52-47, the final score, as Lincoln will move on to take on the Collinsville Kahoks in the night's 2nd semifinal. That's scheduled at 8 o'clock. First semifinal between Springfield Southeast and Rockford East will take place at 6:30. We'll be back on the air at 5 o'clock and bring you the Edwardsville East St. Louis game. And then that'll be followed by the 2 semifinal games. So we will bid you a fond farewell and an adieu until the 5 o'clock game is upon us here in a little over an hour, so we'll be back then on the Kahoks Sports Network.